Well, what is this?
Welcome to the LadyGang.
That's amazing. Say that again.
The LadyGang.
Things are about to change around here.
Each week we catch up with Hollywood's hottest girl posse, Keltie Knight, Becca Tobin, and Jack Vanek.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the LadyGang. I am Becca Tobin here with Jack Vanek and Keltie Knight, fresh off the carpet.
Fresh off the carpet.
Her hair is still in the dew.
Look at the back of my hair is still, I don't know why he did this. I think it's a secret you do for the broken hairs at the back, but he braided my broken hairs.
Wait, why do you do that?
I think because that's like the big bottom layer of fake hair and it needs something like good to zhuzh into.
Oh, or else it would fall out.
Yeah. So I'm so excited to talk about Oscars. I love that we're doing like we happen to be recording like right in Oscar day.
I know. Well, your hair. Okay. Well, do we want to talk about Keltie's outfit to start
No,
it
good
off?
week, bad week.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Duh.
All right. Well, it's time for
Good week.
Yes, it is.
Bad week. Oh, no.
who would like to go first?
I'll go first. Wait, but I already forgot. Oh, I know. I'm finally obsessed with the Royals.
I
What?
know. Yeah, this is right up your alley. What's going on?
This is right up my alley. I care about the Royals because there is now a conspiracy theory about Kate Middleton being missing, or I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm loving it.
Mhm.
Did you guys see the photoshopped picture yesterday? You probably haven't even.
I don't know
Wow.
any of this because I was working. Tell me everything.
Okay, so it all started like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
She allegedly went in for
She
an
had a
abdominal
surgery and they announced it. And I suspected it was a hysterectomy or some sort of endo thing because,
Yeah.
you know, she's had terrible pregnancies and she's been
Yeah.
very open about that and had
Yeah.
like a lot of trouble. So I was like, oh, this all tracks, but they're not going to be like, the future Queen of England is getting some fibroids removed.
It
you know?
is, but they should have been a little bit more specific because then people wouldn't be like wondering what it was. But they just said abdominal surgery. So that could be like
a
anything.
tummy tuck.
It could be a tummy tuck.
It makes me sad that they couldn't have just said nothing because she's actually that busy that people would notice her being gone for a couple weeks. Do you know what I mean? If this were a celebrity, they just go into hiding
Right.
and they come back out when they're ready. But I guess
Yeah.
her demands are so
She
every
can't just
day.
disappear
Well,
for 2
because
months.
she like is part of the royal family and they are meant to serve the people.
Yeah.
Anytime she's not out in service, it's like her job is to be out
To be-
at charity
yeah.
events every single day.
Yeah, she's
So
like the face of the
when
Royals.
she's not there for 3 weeks and it's like, well, Kate Middleton must be in St. Bart's not being a
Yeah.
proper royal because
Right.
they're paid for by the tax
Yeah.
people.
So anyways, she got the surgery, I guess like 2 months ago, then like has been like MIA. Nobody knows where she is. And then this picture surfaced, I think it was last week, of her in a car being driven by her mom. The picture did not look like her.
I'm almost positive that's Pippa.
Oh,
It looks like
okay.
her sister.
That's what people are saying. It's her sister.
and then they said facelift.
Then they said facelift.
Oh.
Apparently she has this mole like on her, like above her mouth. The picture did not have a mole. So it's not the same face. I mean, you look at it, it's not the same face.
Yeah.
So then that stirred up a bunch of controversy. And then on Sunday, I guess it was Mother's Day in the UK or something.
Yes.
And a picture was posted from the Kensington Palace, like official Instagram of her and her kids. And of course, the sleuths online all went in and checked every inch of that picture. And there were so many Photoshop fails. So people are like, what's going on here? Like, what, like, why is the picture being Photoshopped? It looks like hands are being added from different pictures. Her face looks weird, whatever. Then late on Sunday night, you missed all this because you're doing shit at the Oscars. Late at Sunday night, all of the like photo websites like Getty, AP,
Yeah.
they take the photo down because they say it's not truthful. They say it's not like a real enough photo to be presenting to the public as truthful. It says, but in extraordinary development last night, foreign picture agencies, including Reuters, AP, Getty, and AFP,
Those are the real ones.
withdrew the picture, saying it might have been digitally manipulated. So they withdrew the picture. Then they say that Prince Harry, no, who's she
William.
married to?
William.
Prince William was the one that took the picture. And of course, everybody online's like, that's not a picture taken by a man.
No.
Everything is like perfectly like, it
And
looks.
the photographer then came out and said,
Did they?
there was an Instagram story I saw that I think was the photographer that was like, you know, I apologize. Like, you know, what woman hasn't had some touch-ups in a photo or something? So I think
But it
they're trying to
wasn't-
pass it off as like they photoshopped, you know, fixed, tweaked, blah, blah, blah.
But they didn't. It's the photoshops were on like her
Like her
daughter's
kid's hands.
skirt. Yeah.
Yes.
And like her, like there's like a chunk, like a dark line on her. It It was so weird.
That person's going to be beheaded this morning.
That they're saying like all of the Kensington Palace like PR team is probably
Panicked.
fired.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's weird that this is on the heels of speculation that she and Meghan are having like a more amicable relationship.
Right. So Meghan
lately.
should share her Facetune account with Princess Kate.
Right, and be like,
come on.
help a girl out. But the speculation I think is like, is Kate also on her way out of the royal family? Is she starting to see the cracks? Is she wanting out?
Well, that's what they were saying because there's like marital issues allegedly,
yes,
and
of
it's
course
like, is
there
this
are.
or is she just getting kicked out? Wait, but then it came out. Okay, so Prince William allegedly took the picture and posted this on their official Instagram. The Prince and Princess of Wales.
He does not know the password.
It says
to the official King of England Instagram account.
He doesn't have
Are
a smartphone.
Crazy?
No. Okay. It says, like many amateur photographers, I do occasionally experiment with editing. I wanted to express my apologies for any confusion the family
that's what I
photograph we
saw.
shared yesterday caused. I hope everybody celebrating had a happy Mother's Day.
That's from his account?
yes. It's from their joint account.
Sorry, I thought that was from a photographer. Okay,
No.
Sorry.
He was the
fake
photographer.
news. I just gave fake news.
But yeah, how crazy.
Number one, I don't think it's plastic surgery, because if she was having plastic surgery, they would do it at a time that they wouldn't even have to announce that she was having anything done. Like there has to be a pocket in there where there's a little bit of grace period or something she doesn't have to attend.
And they
You
wouldn't have-
also don't need 2 months. Like, even if you got a facelift, you don't need 2 months to
No,
recover from plastic
no.
surgery. Like,
I bet you.
Then people are saying there is like a whole theory it was a BBL. They're like, I guess it's not a BBL if she's sitting in the car. Like,
Yeah.
you can't sit after
I don't
a BBL.
think she's getting anything done to her body. I think
No.
it's got to be something going on. Maybe she had a mental breakdown, and was like, I need a minute to breathe. And then they said
Well, there was he was at his like father-in-law, not father-in-law. What's it called when you like are the father? Godfather. He was at his godfather's funeral, and then he had to like bail for personal reasons like a couple days ago. So there's all this shit happening.
Wow. Jack, welcome to the dark side.
I only
By
care
the
because
way,
there's conspiracies.
There's always conspiracies with the
There are?
royals. Now
Like
that you're
dark
in
ones?
it all the time.
especially now.
It's all like a giant conspiracy.
Oh.
Like all of it.
Okay.
Forever.
all right.
Like we started Conspiracy Light with like Prince King Charles is not Harry's father. Like we've been conspiracying since the 80s. Like that's what is, like
But I like a missing person.
Okay. Well, you know what?
That's what
It
I'm
needed to
really
hop
into.
into true crime. And I understand. I don't hope this for her. I hope that it's just she's having complications and that
she's going to be okay.
she's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Like I hope it's not as bad as Jack's making it. True crime.
I mean, listen, it reminds me of the
Shelley
wife.
Miscavige.
Yes, it reminds me of Shelley Miscavige.
Like
I know.
she was going to come out and then they're hiding her.
But-
and
well,
she's
she's
like,
been missing for 10 years.
Yeah. But the thing with this is at first I started to get scared with AI that
Yeah.
they could fake that she's around
alive
forever.
and they have her shackled in the bottom
but
of a.
then
You know,
I
if AI was
realized
so good. Why they could have
Why
done
not
a better
just-
AI?
well, they haven't caught on yet.
No, they're not.
But the reason that it's not going to work is because they go to too many things where there are thousands of
Yeah.
people
People.
watching.
Oh, yeah.
So like a fake Melania Trump is not going to
Yeah.
that move isn't going to work for her. They're in front of too many people.
Yeah. They can't do the Tupac.
That is my favorite one is the fake Melania Trumps.
Oh, I don't know if I've heard of that one.
Are you joking?
No.
I haven't
There's
heard
all
about it
these
yet.
pictures of this woman who is supposed to be Melania, and it's clearly not her. And it's from far away. I think there's one of them getting on a private plane
And they AI her.
when he was president. They think that they had a stand-in,
Oh my
like a
God.
body
I would
double.
get a stand-in if I was her. Anyway.
Me too. I'm like, I'm too tired to do all
I would
those
like
things.
a stand-in for me right now here at LadyGang.
Same.
Like,
I
know,
honestly, wish we
geez.
could have slept
Same.
in. Okay, well, Jack, that was amazing.
That was my good
Spectacular.
week. My bad week is we have to talk about the oil rig prank that you pulled on me.
Great.
Because it was the highest high I had and then the lowest low.
This is amazing. So this prank is going around TikTok that I saw where influencers, everyone's kind of over the influencer thing. So you prank people and you call them and you ask them, hey, it's either the manager's doing it or a friend and being like, hey, can I get some advice? I've got this big deal where we're going to go on an oil rig. And it's like, who the would go on an oil rig? And I don't know. I had a burst of energy. It was very rare. I had like a 3-hour burst of energy where I was like, I'm such a fun person.
Oh my God.
And I just started pranking everyone. I pranked Justin that we were now E! News was nominated for an Oscar. Like I just started
Well, that's
with people. Anyway, but Jack was my first. Well, actually, no offense to you.
She called me and I was on another call. And normally I pick up Keltie's phone calls because she only calls for important things.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
But
was
I
like,
also usually try to be like, hey, I need to call you about the money, like before I call.
well,
So
that's what, I also picked up. I was like, hello.
I've never been happier. So by the time I ended that call and was going back to text Keltie or call Keltie back, I somehow stumbled upon the video of the oil rig with Jack. And I was like, thank Christ.
Wait, how do you think you would have reacted?
I would have been like, how much money? Yeah, we're doing it.
Okay, good.
I actually
I'm not a bad
think-
person.
because I edited a part out because I listen, it was Jack's reaction was so thirsty, which is like incredible.
That's
But she
exactly
did
mine.
say something like, and I said, what do you think Becca's going to think? And she goes, she's not going to care. She's not an environmentalist.
I was like, listen,
Show me the lie. Show me the lie.
literally, I'm like, well,
Because she's the one with the child that's going to habitate the earth longer.
whatever.
That's true.
Keltie, you missed the part where you said we're each going to be paid $100,000. That my jaw was it was so up. I was on a train. Jared and I were on a train from Portland to Seattle. So he was right next to me, like hearing the whole conversation. And I'm like, shut the up.
You're
Like, shut
popping
the
balls on the
And
train.
he's looking at me like, what's going on? And then like after we get off, I'm like, that was the weirdest call I've ever had. And I'm like, they want us to go on an oil
Wait,
rig.
you didn't tell her immediately that it was fake?
No.
Until I posted the video.
Remember when she
You
texted in the group chat?
A-hole.
I was so
That's where
upset.
she's spending the money.
And Jared,
She's like, okay, after commission, it's going to be $90K.
no, I'm like, oh my God, I can renovate an entire house with that money. Like,
wow, that's so mean.
Yeah,
You
and
have to tell people on the same call, in the same breath.
Oh, nope.
no. Yeah, Jared
Wow.
was like, I literally saw her deflate.
Yes.
That's devastating. I'm glad it didn't happen to me. I'm too
sorry.
fragile right now.
sorry.
I do like the thing that I was like, oh my God, it'll be so cute for us to get in the overalls.
When you were like, no, it's great. Like
Thematic
think of-
dressing.
Think is how cute it will be in the overalls. And then literally my thought process went, no, it won't be cute because I know Jack. We'll get to if this was real.
You're right.
We would get to the oil
You
rig.
know exactly.
And Jack
I was
would
like,
be
there's
like,
not a crop top option.
Jack would be like, I hate this. I don't want to wear it. I don't like it. It's the wrong.
No, if it's
I need
really
to get
thematic,
this tailored.
if it's really thematic like that, I'm into it. If it's like a costume.
Okay, yeah. Anyway,
If it was my outfit for like a TV show, that's different.
Yeah,
But if we were
okay.
like working
you know what?
on the oil rig,
Unbelievable.
thematic dressing. Well, Jack, it's been a big time.
I know.
Becca?
Wow. Well, and hey, Exxon, I'm available. Will wear overalls. Okay, so my good week is having a kid when they're a baby is pretty lame, right? We've talked about this. Having a baby, like babies are lame. They
Yeah.
can't do anything. They can't eat anything
Can't talk
fun.
to them, yeah.
They can't say anything. They can't have cool experiences or that you know of that they think are cool.
Yeah.
So I've been very excited ever since my sister had her kids and she started doing like traditions with the family
Yeah,
where
cute.
they had Pizza Friday in the cul-de-sac every single Friday. And it's just something that like if I knew I was in Atlanta on a Friday, I'm going to Pizza Friday. The kids have fun, they play whatever. So I have just been so excited to have some kind of tradition, weekly thing that we do. So now we do Donut Saturday.
Cute.
And Ford is obsessed with a pink sprinkle donut.
Aw.
And it is so fun. And the place that we go, if you're from Texas, you know Shipley's. It's the most bomb donuts ever. And the one we go to has a window where you look into the kitchen and you can see them making all of the donuts.
Oh, that's fun.
Like freshly made. And he just stands there and eats his pink donut the whole time. I get a chocolate glazed donut, which have you had a chocolate glazed donut? Not a chocolate donut. A chocolate glazed
Yeah.
donut.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Classic.
The round with just the chocolate.
But it's not chocolate icing. It's just chocolate.
Oh, chocolate glazed.
Glazed.
Like
So it's
instead
like
of
a
the glaze
glazed-
being the vanilla, it's
chocolate. It is.
Oh, I
shit.
haven't had that.
No.
It is. When you guys come to Austin, it is the most delicious donut
I can't wait.
I've ever had. So that's
Do you think Ford will take Jack and I, Auntie Keltie and
He-
Auntie Jack,
he
to
will.
Donut Saturday?
for sure? Yes, it's the
Oh,
cutest.
I love a tradition. That's
I love
really
it.
cute.
It's really cute.
Wait,
It's-
so are you doing it with other people?
no,
or is it-
just me and him and Zach. It's just our family. But you know, I'm trying to
look
think
at
of
you
other
being a
fun
mom.
things. I know. Look at me being mom.
She's being a mom.
Except last weekend when I was too hungover to go with them. Zach took him on his own. So, you know, a tiger doesn't change its stripes.
tracks.
Is that
It
what that
tra-
is?
it
Yeah,
tracks, yeah.
Okay,
I
so
think
that's
that's about people cheating, but yeah, same thing.
same thing. Okay, so my bad week is am so annoyed at a very specific type of behavior.
Is it something I've done?
No.
Okay.
And neither of you. It's kind of the same energy as like a pick-me girl. It's the same vibe. But the behavior is when a woman announces her pregnancy on Instagram, there's always that one friend who has to make it known in the comments that she already knew.
Yeah. I can't wait. Now everyone knows.
I told you it was a boy.
That or people getting engaged. It's like, I've been holding on to this secret forever.
Yes,
it's
finally, the world can know.
It's like, bitch, it's not about you.
It's such a weird
flex.
It's a weird flex.
And anybody reading it is thinking, good for you, but also, why can't you just write a very normal, congratulations, I love you, I'm so happy.
It like reminds me, I mean, this is dark, like when somebody dies.
Oh,
And then like everybody that's met
the
them
grief
once.
groupies.
Yeah, like thinks that they're like their best friend and makes it about them.
Yeah.
It's narcissism.
And it's like, did you see how my new wording of things is I really hate this behavior instead of I really hate this type of person?
I approve of this behavior for you, Becca.
It's good, right?
It's you're not a bitch, but you're acting like a bitch.
Well, yeah, because I think that we've all been guilty of assholery.
Of course.
And I don't want one stupid comment I've made on Instagram to
be like,
shape
I
me.
hate her.
Yes.
Because you're like, maybe I've done this at some point.
Yeah, maybe I have. I don't know. It's a long life. I have a bad memory. So I just, ladies, if you're going to comment on a engagement, death, or a new baby, just, keep it in your soul that you and that person, you guys know. That's all that matters.
You know you're the inner circle.
You know you're in the inner circle. You don't need to prove to the world that you are in the inner circle.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So annoying. Keltie?
All right.
Confidence.
Good week. I am the mother tuck-in.
Oh, wow.
That's a RuPaul thing.
No.
I am the freaking host
Oh, I get it. Tuck in.
of E-News. I mean,
Woo!
I know that's old news at this point. It's
Wait,
a
have
week
we not
old.
talked about it on the podcast?
We haven't talked about it.
Okay.
No, we have.
Anyway, but Oscars was last night and it did not hit me until I was at the Oscars. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I am the HBIC. I got 19 people touching me at all times. I've got
My nightmare.
it
Yes.
was like, I mean, it's just so great. Like I got done like 9 hour. I mean, I started at 5 a.m. I got home at midnight
Oh my
and like I
God.
could have done a whole other 12, 15 hours. Like
That
I loved
adrenaline.
it so much. I was like, wait, it's over. Like I'm ready to go. So that was my good week. And we'll talk about it more, but my bad week is this. And I want everyone at home to know. And I'm so sorry to E. Thank God we don't have video for this episode today. The amount that I had to poop during the entire second show
Oh, no.
was, so we were up above Ripley's auditorium, like in Hollywood and Highland, there's like a bunch of buildings and my spot was like up overlooking the carpet. I'm wearing the pink dress and the corset. And of course I've drank so much coffee because it's been a roll. We were at rehearsals and then it was Sharon Stone's birthday party on Saturday night. So I was out late, which like I would never do before red carpet. I know it was like process so many things. So I had like, I was just stressed and so like 3 cups of coffee before noon. And I got up there and they were like, before we left the hotel, they're like, if you have to pee now, because there's no bathroom available.
God.
We're in the middle of Hollywood. I was
That's
like,
my
okay,
nightmare.
nightmare. So I pee
slap
and
a
I
diaper on.
can feel that I am not ready to go on the roof for 4 hours. Like I know in my body
poo-poo is brewing.
it's brewing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so anyway, I go up there and they're literally like clipping the mic and putting my in-ear in. And it was like gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. And I did
What did you eat before?
I had some potatoes. I had a green juice and I had like a fruit plate like in the room. So we were like snacking on fruit. But it's like one of those days where you're like, then you're eating a bar, then you're eating anyway. So anyway, just letting you know. So the whole time I'm like texting, my girlfriends are texting me, my like dancer group, and they're like, oh my God, you look so amazing. Oh my God, you look so amazing. And I was like, I have to poop. And then an hour later I look down, I'm like, still haven't pooped.
Oh
Still-
no.
It was like 3.5 hours. So then I finally
I'd
got
be so
down.
pissed.
I text Derek, my new assistant, and I was like, I really have to poop. And he was like, oh wow. And then I'm like, welcome to the, I was like, can you please find me somewhere to poop like immediately when we wrap? Like, I'm not going to be able to take the car back to the Roosevelt Hotel to get ready. So he was like behind the scenes. So anyway, I went down to Mel's Diner. Mel's Diner. I have my sneakers on. I have the couture dress. I run through the diner and I'm like, just anyway. So.
Well, at least you didn't shit your pants.
I honestly was like, and then all my friends were like, well, you have a lot of volume. It would be okay. And then I was literally
like Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
And the other thing I was like, is like, do I need to start wearing an adult a diaper? And then, I mean, I hate to even talk about this more, but then I was like literally sitting there being like, where are the, and I was like, if I do poop my pants right now, like who will know?
I mean, the stench.
It's quick. It moves quickly.
It does move
as
quickly.
a child. Anyway. I'll probably get fired from my job now after really de-glamorizing this all, but I just want everyone to know.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
The good, the bad, the ugly. When we come back, Oscars.
Now back to the Lady Gang.
All right, we're back. What do you want?
Is that me on your sock?
Yeah, I'm wearing my LadyGang socks today.
Oh, they have all of us.
Yep, all of our faces are on Keltie socks.
I just saw my one face.
I have multiple pairs, by the way.
Yeah, I think we keep all of ours.
Yeah, we did.
I wear them all the time. Great sock.
Yeah, great
okay,
sock.
what do you guys want to know? First,
I'd like to say, you know, you make your job look very easy, but when you watch other people trying to do that same job, you realize how hard it is. I'm not going to name any names, but there were some people that were selected to be those.
There's a lot of live TV on Oscar Sunday across a lot of networks.
A lot of networks. And it's not, listen, this is me saying no one would be worse or more awkward at that job than myself, right?
I'd rather die.
I would be terrible at it. But I think the problem is that there are people who don't know that they're not great at it. And
that's what it is.
It creates a lot. For me, I had very moist armpits while watching some of the conversations go down.
That's what it is. It's like a lack of self-awareness and people thinking that they're like killing their job when they're not.
Yeah. And so that was hard to see. But I just think it was really a testament to how you are such a pro. And I was watching with 3 of my friends in Austin, and we got together and we were just, you know, casually chatting it up and watching. And every single person was like, you really don't realize what a pro Keltie is to be able to do live TV and not make a total ass or fool of yourself. You actually pull it off elegantly. You're fun. You're excited. I think your best asset in those moments is that you don't take yourself too seriously, nor do you take the person that you're talking about or to, or even the event too seriously. I think we're in an era where people are a little bit over these big pomp and circumstance. Like Jimmy Kimmel's whole opening was kind of like with this talking about the SAG strike being like, you guys get over yourselves. We're not that cool. Like this is an evening of like essentially we're awarding people for playing pretend. Right. Yeah. So the whole world is onto this. And so nobody really thinks that Bradley Cooper deserves to have like a lifetime achievement award for putting on a prosthetic nose and like, you know, playing a historical character. And I think the thing is you toe the line so brilliantly of you're in on it and you know that, but you're like, but I'm here to have fun and I'm here to celebrate. And I think that that's what you're so good at.
Thank you.
Wow.
It's nice.
It's true.
Really
right?
Nice.
It's I was trying to figure out, and we were all kind of discussing it, like, what is it that makes her so much better than everyone else? And that's really what it is. It's like, you're us, you're one of us, but then you also are so, I don't know, such a pro.
No, when people take anything too seriously, especially it's like with what's going on in the world and stuff, it's like, dude, this is embarrassing.
Yeah, but
like,
then Keltie brings this thing where she's like, but we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
Like this is a
huge
huge
that's what it
night.
Should be for fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. And I think, oh my God, first of all, that's like the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. So I really
and it's so true.
Well, it's true.
Appreciate that.
You know, I don't give compliments.
Well, listen, I know. So wow, thanks. I'm gonna can someone transcribe that immediately? Because it's gonna be a poster in my house.
Yeah.
No, but I think the thing is, and this goes along with like this new position at E. There was an era where everything was an influencer, right? And it's like all the TV hosts were like, oh, they have a million, zillions of followers, or they were already famous for doing something else, whether you're an actor, a musician, a sports person, whatever. Yeah. And when the job was open at E, I didn't go for it. Like I didn't even have my agent reach out because I really didn't think it was mine to have because I really felt like, oh, it's going to be someone who has won an Olympic gold medal because that's just Hollywood now, you know.
Yeah.
If it's not a nepo baby, it's going to be
Nobody
a model.
is just a host.
No one's just good at their craft, you know.
Like it's going to be Alex Earl, who was on my flight on the way here today.
Oh wow, I'm surprised that she wasn't in town. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be someone like
South by Southwest. Was happening.
I know, but I'm surprised she was at South by Southwest
Over
coming
the
to LA and
Oscars?
not at the Vanity Fair Oscar party last
Oh
night.
yeah. Yeah. Well,
Anyway.
she probably didn't get invited like I didn't. So
True.
Probably
Both of
did.
you.
She
The same.
probably did.
High five. No, so like it was crazy to be recognized for just being good. And I wasn't always that good. Like I can recognize that like 12, 13 years into this, I know what the I'm doing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it really takes, they say it takes 10,000 hours or whatever. It's taken 10,000 hours, 4 different shows, a lot of mess ups live, our show, podcasting hours a week to really figure out where I fit. And I do believe that what makes me good at and I can say this about myself, is that I still feel the fantasy.
yeah.
Like
You do.
I still am like gagged that I'm there. I'm like little Keltie. And this is like also a therapy thing. You guys know in therapy, they're always like, what is like baby, like young Keltie? Like, how do we hold space for her?
Yeah.
And the space I hold is like, I used to dumpster dive for magazines so I could like get in Hollywood and like wanted out of that small town so badly and wanted to be in the sparkle and glitz. And like, here I am. And so I really try to bring everyone into the glitz, but I also have a job to do. And so I'm backing that up with facts, and knowing your shit is like, I don't know. I was really proud yesterday.
No, it's like you care, and that's the difference. A lot of these other people that are getting
It's
the
just a
job,
job.
it's just a job. They're not good at it. They haven't practiced it, and they don't really give a like. You've always cared. You've always done your research, and you've always like found those little questions or facts or whatever that like they've never been asked about, and like that's what makes it different.
It's true. Somebody asked Mark Ruffalo on the carpet, and no shade to this person because it's your job and your producers tell you what to ask most of the time. Asked him about how he almost didn't do the movie or something, some story. And I was with somebody who's a manager, a talent manager, so he knows what these press tours look like. And he's like, yeah, that's creative. Ask him for the 200th time, the same story. And he goes, look at him. He's dying inside because this person is asking for the 200th time. And I was like, that's also where you're so good. And what Jack was just saying, you don't go for the obvious choice. And that's what makes your job really hard. You can phone it in and ask the same question over and over. But like you also can do what you're doing, which is not easy.
And that's why you always go viral too.
It's true.
For good and bad.
For
You
good
know
and
what I
bad.
mean? For good and bad. Yesterday, so I'm not, it's not viral, but I had a lot of source reporting on what the Oscars were going to be like. And so in both the brunch show and the show, I'm like, the Ken performance is going to be huge. 75 shirtless men. That's all I heard. And I heard it from 3 different people that there are going to be 75 shirtless men. So I'm reporting on that. I'm like, get ready. And Justin Sylvester is like, I am so excited. Sorry, I didn't hear it. Like we made it a
They
whole
all
thing.
had
all day.
shirts, right?
Yes. And there were like 50 of them, like maybe 42 if we're
Oh
lucky.
no, the counting
And
was off.
It was so funny because on the after party, I was like, I just want to apologize to everyone. Like my
Bad intel.
sourcing, I got bad intel. It was a naked John Cena,
Yes.
not like a,
Ah,
not
the
a
nudity got swapped.
nudity got swapped. And Justin was so funny. He goes, oh, that's so funny because I was just having my lawyer sign some papers for you because you frauded me out of my moment. Like, you know, and he like covered for me, which is so cool. But, you know, obviously, and then there's like this other viral moment of yesterday, I got like kind of lost of where I was. And I just said, I just feel so happy that I'm just here talking about what people are wearing.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, and they're great creative endeavors of the year, but E is so shady. They cut it
know.
off.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm just happy to be talking about what people are wearing.
It's true though. That's all anybody cares about.
100%.
You're listening to the Lady Gang.
I do want to say, so before the Oscars, I went to our friend Sharon Stone's birthday.
Yeah.
Crazy to
Well,
be in.
your friend. She's really your friend.
She asks about you every
She's
time I
definitely
see
not
her.
my friend.
Gosh,
I love her. I wish.
I wish.
So she had a birthday party and we got invited. It was at her friend's house in the hills. And like normally you guys know before a red carpet, I would never go out. I need to be spray tanning.
Yeah.
I need to be like, I can't be doing that. But we felt like it was Sharon. It was so lovely. So I brought her 3 books, which I thought was really cool.
That's cute.
She asks about us every time. And she said something so amazing to me. She was like, you guys like started the Share Renaissance. She was like, I was just
Oh.
painting She was like, I was just painting and doing my charity stuff. And then you had me on LadyGang and it went everywhere. She's like, I couldn't go anywhere without people talking
it's
about
so
the LadyGang
cute.
interview.
She's such a boss.
And then she's like, and then I started getting calls. And then she's Sharon
She
Stone.
looked beautiful last night too.
Oh my God. Well, at the birthday party, you would have died. She's wearing a tweed, like kind of Chanel-y loafer sneaker,
Uh-huh.
Cute.
like a brown, the color you're wearing right now, like a brown pant, a gold like sweater that looked like a big cable knit sweater, but someone had like painted it gold.
Ooh.
And then like just cool aviator glasses. And she's like this really sexual haircut. And it's just kind of like all fluffy and like no makeup, cute jewelry. Like people were very dressed and she just walked in like a freaking tweed sneaker.
She's the
she
coolest.
can. She's the only one who
the
can.
cool. When I look
We
at her,
should do shopping with Sharon.
oh
We
my
should go
God.
shopping with her.
She's so cool. Anyway, she was lovely and it was very, very sweet. But it was so funny because Kathy Griffin, who's coming on LadyGang in the next few weeks, was there. And I haven't seen Kathy in a very long time, and I don't really know her. But then I was like, well, God, I'm going to see her like in a few days. I got to say something. So I was like, hi. Hi, Kathy. I'm Keltie. And I don't know if you know me, but you're coming on my podcast. She's like, oh, I said yes to your podcast because I saw Sharon on it.
No
Oh
way.
my God.
Yeah,
Wow,
she
look
was
at
like, it
us.
was so good. I saw it everywhere, whatever. But then the craziest thing, this is actually, I'm going to talk about it with her, but her mom died and her sister died.
Mm-hmm.
So she literally was standing in the circle and someone turned to her and she goes, oh my God, how's your sister doing? And she goes, cold,
Oh my God.
dead, didn't make it. I was like, oh, but she was so funny the way she handled it. It was amazing.
Oh my God.
Anyway, it was very opulent. I ate a lot of cheese.
Wait, can we talk about your dress?
Okay, Oscars. This is the next morning. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Nope. Go.
I just think that you were the best dressed person at the entire Oscars.
Yeah.
That
it
dress
was almost like Ariana Grande came out after I had seen you in your pink and I was like, this is what she was going
also,
for.
her dress looked like a dick and balls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I loved it.
Well, it was
but maybe because it
was
had the two plumes like on the
Yes.
side, and then like
Yeah.
the torso was
But
kind of like the dick.
it was just you did that but better. And so
Well,
I
your color,
felt
the color was better.
way
The color was Barbie pink.
Thank
Like
you.
it was amazing. I'm not kidding. I wish that was my wedding dress. Like if they had that in white, like that is literally what I had been looking for the entire time I tried on all those wedding dresses, is that shape. Like it was so stunning.
Thank you.
That's honestly the best that you've ever looked in your entire life. Like I think that's the best look you've ever had.
That was great.
It was, I like my jaw dropped. I was like, this is insane. Who was the designer?
So the designer is Cecilia. I do not want to butcher this, so I'm gonna just I'm gonna play the pronouncer right now. Please hold.
Grisariotti.
Oh, yeah.
She's Greek. Cecilia Griserote. It's the oldest couture house in Greece. And
Really?
I
Wow.
did not know. So I really wanted a different dress for the Oscars. I wanted this red dress that had this big slit in it. And I fought so hard. And I was like, find me this dress. And Roberto at E was like, it's not available. And he's like, the black one I wore for the after party was going to be my Oscar dress. And I was like, I just don't feel like I want to wear something bright. I want to be the brightest thing on the carpet. And so at the very last second, he was like, okay, I'm at this house. I see like at this showroom, I see this. What do you think? And I thought it was fine on the hanger, but I was like, that's like a lot. Like, is it too prom? So then I put it on and I felt very snatched.
Mhm.
It was
The
very
shape
snatched.
of the snatchery
Great.
was everything. And the boob cup was small for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a great dress because you have to wear it all day. It doesn't matter what you eat. It doesn't matter how you feel, where you are in
You
your
have to worry
period.
about
Shit
what your
yourself.
legs are looking like. You could
poop-
shit in it.
Everything. But the secret was I was wearing a 4-inch platform, huge, like crazy it was a Marc Jacobs, but like that Spice Girl level shoe.
Yeah.
So I just looked
No, you looked like you were
so
7 feet tall.
I did, like I was model high, which was
Yeah.
great. So we took in the back and then we took in under the butt. And this is something I always tell the brides in the LadyGang group when they're like, what should I do to my wedding dress? That little tweak
Cinch.
underneath your ass cheeks, if you're wearing a trumpet or that kind of gown.
Like a
I think I
mermaid?
made them, no, because yours went out.
Yeah.
But like just a little pin in underneath really like lifts the ass. Lifts the ass. Anyway, I loved it so much. So anyway, my friend Marcella, who's fancy, she texted me during the show. She's like, oh my God, I'm dying on this
Yeah.
dress. And she was like, who are you wearing? And at the time, I'm like so busy. I'm so focused on work. I was like, I have no idea. And she goes, oh my God. She's like, I just looked it up. You're wearing Celia? And I was
Oh.
like, what? And she goes, no. all we do is talk about Celia and how good it is. And she was the hit of London Fashion Week. Everyone's obsessed with her. So then I go to the after party and I'm hosting an after party. And one of these huge stylists for Beyonce, this woman named Marnie was there. And she was like our guest. And she's in a yellow dress. And it's like also really fabulous. And I was like, who are you wearing? And she was like, Cecilia. And I was like, or Celia. And I was like, I'm wearing Celia. She's like, you bitch. And I showed her the picture from the record.
Oh, did she want it?
I tried to pull this for like 4 of my clients and it was already pulled for you. No. And then I got a message just this morning from the designer. And they're like, hey, there's a couple videos I didn't tag them in, like by just in the busyness of the day. And they're like, hey, like we had so many requests for this dress and we gave it to you because we love E. And they were like, can you please tag us? And I was like, I will. So I went back and did it. Anyway, it was amazing.
That's one of the coolest dresses I've ever seen.
It was really good. And we just did like, it's that thing of like, you can't have a smoky eye and a red lip.
Yeah.
So it was like, we just did the cleanest makeup. Eileen crushed it. I used the Pat McGrath, Eternal, whatever palette. And I used the Kogan Dough makeup that I love. That's kind of like a tinted moisturizer. So it wasn't like so heavy. And Brandon like had never really done my hair before. And I was just like, I want to do kind of like when we went to the ballet. I was like, I just want to do something. And it turned out even better than I thought.
Yeah, the sleek hair was good.
But can I tell you something? I want to shout out Peta from Dancing with the Stars. I don't know if she took her husband's last name. I was just thinking. She has a spray tan brand from Dancing with the Stars. It's called Peta Jane.
Oh.
I got influenced by a TikTok because it's a spray, but it has instant color. So you can, when you go for a spray tan and they have the instant color, a lot of the spray tans are spray at home and then it develops. And I was like, ooh, instant color plus then it develops. Her spray tan in a bottle spray is the best spray tan color I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Wow. It is.
I need to get it.
It's like $12 on Amazon. It is
So wait, is it a sunless tanner?
It's a sunless tanner.
Okay.
And you spray it and
you can see
where you're spraying and it gives you an instant bronze. So if you're like, I feel like, should I have an event tonight?
But do you smell bad?
You do not. The smell is like, I did not shower for 2 days.
So you didn't shower after the application?
I liked it so much. I spray tanned on Friday night because I like to make sure I have a day in case the spray tan goes wrong. Yeah. So I did it at home Friday night and then it was so good. I didn't want to like wash it off. So I didn't shower the spray tan off the next morning. I went all the way until Sunday a.m. And then I watched it once before the Oscars. Wow. But I went to Sharon's party. I did rehearsal. Like I did not. Are you looking at it?
Is this it?
Peta Jane. How much is it right now on Amazon?
$40.
It's $40?
Yep.
Oh, it's expensive. Sorry.
Maybe go direct to the site.
Yeah, because it's not even on Prime.
Anyway, I don't know. Maybe I messed up, but anyway, it's amazing.
I'm sure you did not apply it correctly, like what the bottle says, but it worked for you. Just because I know the way you are with instructions.
Well, and I know you're definitely supposed to wash off a spray tan.
No, I did it. And then I did do with like the soft cloth. That didn't come with it. Like just,
Yeah.
Zhuzhdi.
No, I'm saying like your timing of showering, all those things.
No, that was incorrect.
Don't listen to
No, for sure.
Because some girls are going to be really dark.
Yeah, no, you don't want to leave it on for like 24 hours. But yeah, it was amazing. Anyway, so that was great. But I thought it was the bomb. Like it was just the funnest day. And
it was a good
I thought it was a good show. I loved having the five
people presenting.
Yeah.
As opposed to watching a clip from the movie.
Yes.
It's so much better.
Happened? I didn't watch it.
So instead of, when they're announcing the nominees, they'll usually just do a little like 20-second clip of their performance from the movie.
Yeah.
And one person is announcing all the nominees.
Yeah.
This one, they had all the, so for supporting actress, they had 5 previous
former
winners of Best Actress at the Oscars. And each of them gave a little speech about the nominee.
Oh.
So each individual nominee got a speech from a
that's cool.
former winner of the Academy Award.
Were they just in their seats talking about it?
No, they were standing up on stage.
Lit, and it would be like Best Actress, and then it would go, and you would see all 5 of them, and then it would be like Jamie Lee Curtis being like, Becca.
Yeah.
The way you
that's cool.
jumped
for
into
every
this
single thing?
Well, there's only 4 categories at the Oscars.
The actor awards.
What else happens at the Oscars that takes so long?
Well, Best Picture, Best
you're just talking about
Cinematography,
Best Song.
So it's just actors.
Supporting male, supporting
Yeah,
female
okay,
actor.
that makes sense.
Yeah, so they only did it for that.
Cool.
It was really good.
It was a great way to do it. It's like just more, and they can just get so many more stars.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, it can be
was
star-studded.
So much more fashion to watch because you're just like, oh, I hadn't seen Charlize Theron, and then she's walking out on stage to do her America Ferrera. You were so amazing, and you're just like, oh, I'm getting like so much star power. I loved it. What did you think of John Cena's naked thing? Was it too gauche for the Oscars?
Yeah,
or-
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand why it was him.
Well, because everyone else said no, probably.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense.
What
But
was his for? Best costume?
he presented for best costume design, and
It was a bit.
It
Where
was-
No,
Jimmy,
I saw the bit where he
Yeah.
came out with it in front of his dick.
yeah, it was just kind of because also the way they wasn't there a setup where they said it this year at the Oscars, like back in 1970, blah blah blah. There was a streaker,
yeah.
who came on the
Oh.
stage, and then I guess it tied into John Cena in a toga. Was he in a toga? Was that what that was?
I think it was like, yeah. And
Like-
then and then they put him in like a toga after.
Yeah, I
changed.
just didn't like that. It's a classy night, and that didn't feel classy at all.
I just
Like I don't want my boyfriend Cillian Murphy in the same event that John Cena is.
How did you
naked.
feel about Killian's big win? I thought about you all night.
Have you heard the rumor that he might be the new Bond?
Yes.
Oh shit.
I say this all the time about myself, but I would have been an amazing casting director because I can sniff out star power
Mm.
so well. I have done this with so many people, and Cillian Murphy has been my number one
Mhm.
since for a long time,
Mhm.
and now he's like the most celebrated, gonna be probably Bond.
Mhm.
He's wonderful. He's so weird.
So weird.
so
Like, was he? And I don't want to like judge. Well, I guess that I do want to judge. I work at E. But like, is he wearing rouge on his nose and face? Is he just has a little rosacea? Is he?
I mean, he's a very fair guy.
He's a
Like,
fair guy. He has
I
Chris
can't
Knight.
believe
He has
you're-
Chris Knight face.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
also let's not shame any man's face until we discuss Ryan Gosling's cherub cheeks. He either had some filler go wrong, or he had like a viral TikTok blush with a shimmer on his face all night.
Really?
It was the craziest looking
I didn't
thing
see that at all.
Oh.
I've ever seen.
Is it because he was kissing too many people on the cheek
No,
and he got like
it was
some of the
a
makeup?
choice.
Oh,
But also,
Interesting.
I think underneath, because the man has like 0% body fat.
Right.
So I bet you he got a little deflated in the pads of his cheeks. And I'm sure he went in and did, no shame,
right.
a little filler. But I think they overfilled him.
Right.
And then his makeup
Removed.
artist put a lot of like
So it
shimmery
highlighted it maybe.
blush.
Yeah.
So it was like
he
down
looked-
here on the cheeks?
No, it was like pretty, it was like the whole pad of the cheek. It was very
Weird.
strange.
Weird.
I will say this.
And Bradley Cooper's face. What
It
is
is
happening?
fun.
Didn't
It
he
is
get a facelift
fun.
or something?
Well, I have no
Allegedly.
idea. Listen, we're not going to face shame anyone. You do you. But it is fun to watch
To
the
face shame.
No, it's fun to watch the males struggle the way the females have struggled.
That's what I'm.
forever.
That's what
That's
I'm saying.
basically what I'm
Yes.
saying is that like we've all had filler go wrong, every single one of us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know
the
what I
black
mean?
eye for 2 months.
Every woman of Hollywood went and got those cheeks and then was like, oops.
Yes.
You know, and so, but it is now that these men are, you know, if you think about George Clooney is in his 60s and these greats that we grew up with are now aging and they're under this, not the same pressure.
No,
but
because
they,
men can age and
yeah, they
matter.
can, but heartthrobby men are still trying to be heartthrobby men.
No,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Bradley Cooper had let himself age a little bit more before doing something.
See, he's
Yeah.
gorgeous in person, and I'm wondering why it's not translating.
I feel like his
Because
face
I
looked
just-
okay last night. I feel like he's
He
had
looked
weirder
okay.
moments.
he's very frozen, so maybe it was too
Oh.
much Botox.
Oh, I'm not sure, but
There was no expression, and
Oh,
he
I only saw a
just
picture.
looked tight. His
Yeah.
skin looked tight,
he looked really good when I saw him in person.
really.
Yeah.
And
Wait.
how short is his mother?
Oh my God.
Teeny tiny.
'Cause
Teeny
he's
tiny.
not that tall. I mean, he's
She has to
tall
be like
for an
under
actor.
4 feet or 5 feet tall.
They were standing next to each other on the red carpet, and it was the most alarming height difference I've
Tiny
ever
little
seen.
baby.
But the other thing I wanted to say that I was bothered by now, I'm just annoyed that like Ryan Gosling is performing at the Oscars. He has an Oscar nomination, and like your wife isn't coming. Why do they still do the whole thing? It's like such a charade by now that Eva Mendes and Ryan Gosling, like, I get in the beginning of their relationship, they wanted to be private. They don't want people in
I
their
really
business.
thought she would come to the Oscars.
I did too.
That's
and instead he's with
insane.
his family, which I'm like, oh, adorable, but also like that's
It's like, what's she doing that's more important?
Yeah, I
Well,
know that's
I
a conscious
heard-
decision. And then
To
they
not
she
come?
posted
Someone-
and was like, someone has to put the kids to bed, and I was like, that's cute. Obviously, no one is believing that like the reason she's
someone
not going
did
to.
say that they never are one of them is always with their children.
Oh, really?
Really?
Maybe
Someone
it's real then.
Did say that, but
How old are their kids?
not teeny tiny anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't.
Can like a nanny?
They
come and
can
watch it?
definitely.
Well, anyone can have a nanny. I could have a nanny for you.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I have someone to put you to
Or
bed.
even family. Send him instead
Right,
of
the
him bringing his
sister.
sister. I love that. Was very sweet, and I'm happy she got to go to the Oscars. But like, can your sister put your kids to bed?
Yeah.
Why aren't they together?
Yeah,
it's
it is
just
weird.
Yeah.
strange.
Yeah. I actually really felt people were like talking about it all day. I felt like they would come to the Oscars together. It kind of makes me sad, but also then are the reason that they are both seem kind of grounded because they have never
But look at Emily Blunt and John Krasinski.
very cute.
They do every red carpet, every event together.
It's
They're
amazing.
supporting each other, and they have what seems to be a really
Cute marriage.
beautiful marriage and a beautiful
Normal.
family. They don't
Yeah.
get sucked into the drama. They just show up. It's so much about how you.
It's also just like supporting your partner.
Yeah.
That's like such a like if it is a conscious move, that's such a bizarre thing to do.
At the Oscars.
At the Oscars,
At
it's
the
like one of his
Oscars.
biggest.
Don't go to the
biggest
SAG
And
Awards.
he's
years.
performing.
Yeah.
It's like, and he did a
I'd be
really
so
good job.
bummed.
He did a great job.
Yeah, he
crushed.
When
love
he
him.
started it and then Margot
Was laughing.
was in front of him, it was
It was
like
cute.
I just thought this is so smart and like funny, and he's a great singer. I mean,
Yeah.
he sang that live, guys.
He was wonderful.
Yeah,
live.
he
We
was
have
really
a
good.
lot of trouble with live singing,
Yeah.
and we're like, oh well, he was live, so it's really hard. I'm like, well, if Ryan can do "I'm Just Can't," and then when they brought out Slash,
It was
I was like,
amazing.
It's wonderful.
It was really like a perfect performance.
perfect.
It's
That
cute.
will go down in history. That's
Yeah.
the level. And like, I'm happy they didn't win. Like, I was really happy for Billie Eilish, and I love that song. But I was like,
I would have preferred the Dua Lipa performance, to be honest.
she didn't. It was a big. It was
I'm
a
very upset.
It was a big shutout.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It was crazy. But I think they
Shutout?
just because Don't Stop Now is also from Barbie movie,
Uh-huh.
and it was nominated for the Golden Globe and the
Mm.
Critics' Choice Awards. So it was like kind of. It was kind of crazy because I'm Just Ken was not nominated in those other award shows. It was always the Billie Eilish song and the Dua song.
Mhm.
And then when the Oscars came out, it was I'm Just Ken and no Dua. It was very strange because the Dua song was so massive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was like the quintessential Barbie song, right?
totally.
And I
Yeah.
would have loved that performance. She would have crushed it. And I
Ugh.
wanted to see her red carpet look. You
She
know?
would have crushed. I love her. I
Anyway,
love
we
her
could talk
too.
about this forever, but I have to go to work. I have to go host more TV. I love you both. Thank you for the beautiful compliment. I'll never forget it. I'm back in my sweatpants and my socks that have LadyGang on them. And next award show is Met Gala, and we'll see if I'm working it or not.
Ooh.
Probably not. And then we have the Emmys. So I'll be, just a sleazy
You'll be at
sweatpants.
the Met Gala. E goes to the Met Gala,
I
right?
know, but will I? I don't know.
Do they only send one?
I don't know how it works. Yeah. You have to each red carpet is its own job.
Mm.
So it's like E News is my job, and then all the live from E's are their own jobs, so they can do whatever they want.
Got it.
So
We'll
hopefully
see.
I did okay.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers
Woo.
crossed. And we weren't here for a long time. But we were here for
No,
very.
see you next Tuesday.
Nope. See you next Tuesday.
Thank you so much for listening. The Lady Gang is produced by Steve Delameter, Stacey Para, Jared Monaco, and social support from Amy Ryerson. It really means the world to us when you show up in our community outside the podcast. So sign up for our secret Facebook group. Just search The Lady Gang under groups. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at The Lady Gang. And the most important thing you can do is share this episode with a friend. We would love that so much. Thanks for listening.